I made my first like serious money when I was like 18 years old. Like I hit near 7 figures, and then I lost it all. And then the next year I hit 700,000 or 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. Realized that, okay, now fame isn't everything. So I was blessed to just see from a young age that this life isn't it. And now I'm at the point where it's like, what really is there? Like, what do I want? A bigger house, like a car, like this doing, I couldn't even imagine thinking that this world is everything.
Yeah.
Because it's so, everything's depleting. Everything. Even like, let's say you marry the most beautiful woman in the world. Okay, every single woman after 15, 20 years, they're all going to get worse looking, unfortunately. That's just the way it is. And that's what makes so much sense about Islam with the concept of the afterlife is everything's appreciating. Every sip gets better. Every time you look in your spouse's eyes, it gets better. And that makes sense for how it's an eternal paradise. For how if it continues going forever, everything has to keep getting better.
You know how you, in a business, you have your entrepreneurial, your startup phase?
Yeah.
And there's a sweetness to that. Then there's you're mature. And then eventually it becomes really big. And then eventually you may sell it, right?
Yeah.
Because the real profit in a business is when you sell it off, right? Even if you just sell off chunks of it. So then you have like this windfall of cash. So imagine somebody now 30 years in a business, but he wants to live as if it's a startup, right? He wants to go and buy the computers, buy the water cooler, buy the coffee machine. And it's like, wait a second, you're off now. You're supposed to be in another phase. So for us in Islam, it's something very important for people to realize. Everything has a time and place, and it goes and something else comes that's better. And you cannot try to live in another phase. Like, for example, let's take another analogy.
Wallahi, so true. So true.
Yeah. You cannot right now, although you technically could fit financially, go and buy the best Hot Wheels, the best cars, the best action figures. I'm talking 80s toys, right? that you could buy and play with them. If you did, we'd all say you're nuts. You're like out of place. Something's wrong with you, right? Likewise, you would say, let's say if you had a dad who was 60 and 70, going out, buying sneakers, buying skateboards, and acting as if, and having tank tops and shorts and skateboarding like he's 17. You would say, this is out of place too. So likewise, in life, there's youth, and it comes with beauty, and it comes with a lot of things. Then there's maturity, which oftentimes comes with wealth and some power and responsibility. And a little bit of beauty is left over. Then you have more maturity, in which you're now wise. You don't have the same beauty. You don't have the same health anymore, right? So don't try to now reverse things. And every generation says 40's the new 30, 50's the new 40, 60's the new 40. Like, why do they say that? Because they only live for this life. Whereas for us, we have to recognize there are phases, and don't try to go back. So you could stay healthy, but don't try to compete and be like a young man anymore. You're out of place here. Allah has now put you in your 50s. Now you're almost like a father figure to a lot of people. So benefit people with your power, wealth, and knowledge. When you're in your 60s, benefit people with your wisdom and enjoy that. And don't go try chasing, like the life of a 20-year-old and competing against them. You will look silly, and you won't be happy, and you'll fail. So we accept all this change, knowing that we're heading to something far greater. That's why if we don't have a spiritual life, and we don't know how to do dhikr and think about the next life and say goodbye to certain things of this life, we're going to be miserable in old age. And women in particular, okay, will be more miserable than men in old age if they don't have wisdom, if they don't know this. We're live for the next life. This life, khalas, I had my time of youth and beauty. I think I used it good, well, and if I didn't, I repent. I had my time where I was a mom and a dad to little kids. I enjoyed it. It was wonderful. Now it's time for another phase, and then you're for another phase. And ultimately, the greatest happiness, if you live well, has even yet to come. That's the beauty of it. The greatest happiness has yet to come. The greatest adventure has yet to come. Better than traveling all the worlds is for your soul to come out of your body and to go to the barzakh. That is going to be a greater event for you, a moment for you,
Anything we
than
faced, yeah.
anything you lived in this life.
Yeah.
And then even there, you live a whole different spiritual life, which is better than this life. You don't have to maintain it. You don't get old. You don't get sick. You don't have to work. You don't have to eat. But then even that can get better because now you're going to be given a new body in the resurrection. And then you go to heaven after that. So it's always gets better for the believer, but he should not be tested by the fading away of one phase and fear for it and grab onto it and regret for it and have midlife crisis and have sadness because a phase of life is going away from him. Rather, you just embrace it and move on.